and just like the Twitch world in general, and YouTube as well, there is such a big community or demographic for people who just like to watch loot boxes, like people opening loot boxes. It's in like EA games, mainly FIFA, like all the sports games, right? And then there's probably some other first person shooters that also do.
I mean, a lot of my
random
community was built off of CS:GO, like unboxing. So like just sitting
Exactly.
there, just unbox like the keys and the crates, like that was like my entire community. And so I can understand how Overwatch, there's probably some creators out there that base their content off of these loot boxes, and they're going to be losing that in Overwatch too. So that's going to take a hard hit. And then of course, we even have in the chat here, somebody was like, I'm gonna hate Super Sailor. I'm gonna hate if they do battle passes. I feel like that's gonna be a majority of people because we have a battle pass in every single game now. To implement that into Overwatch 2, I think that's gonna take away from like a lot of the lovers of Overwatch.
I think that's what we're gonna kind of miss in a lot of the games that are coming out is they're all repetitive. I've seen this in like media as well, movies and TV shows. The themes are the same. There's a lot of sequels coming out, live action remakes, just like over the course of like 10 years, not even that, like 5 years. I'm just not seeing like as much original content that used to come out when I was younger, right? Is it anybody else? Anybody
No,
else getting that?
it's definitely all being reused. And as much as I love the nostalgia, like being able to have like my favorite stuff as a kid come back now in the present day is so nice to have. But it's also like, where's the new stuff, right? Like I want to see something brand new that I haven't seen before, which I will give props to Marvel. They are like coming out of the woodworks with their like older comics that haven't hit the movies yet. So like they're kind of pulling those out of the woodworks to give us new content, but it's also like, okay, but we've read the story, right? We've seen it before.
I want to know, you just brought up Marvel. Do you have a favorite Marvel movie? Does the chat have a favorite Marvel movie?
I'm a DC girl,
I'm a
but
DC girl as well.
okay, so Marvel, I mean, I love all Marvel, right? One of my favorites is gonna have to be, Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord, who actually marries one of my favorite characters in the comic book series, Kat. She's absolutely probably like the strongest character in all of Marvel, but super underrated. If you don't know who she is, you should go look her up or read the comics. But they end up getting like married at some point. But I also super love Doctor Strange. He's been in all the movies recently, and I am living for Doctor Strange.
Is it like I have a topic that we could bring up, maybe not now, but a little bit later. I saw Super Sailor Gary said Winter Soldier. I'm a big fan of Sebastian Stan. First of all, what a man. He is iconic both as like a person and as an actor. Super appreciate him and everything that he does. So anything in Marvel that has Sebastian Stan in it, automatically my fave. Automatically my
Okay, wait,
fave.
Deadpool? Ryan just said Deadpool in the chat, which absolutely, yes, forgot about Deadpool.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget he's like DC or Marvel. Like I just feel like Deadpool exists in his like own plane of existence, and I'm like, I just love Deadpool. His video game was also absolutely amazing. If you haven't played the Deadpool video game, I think it came out on like the original Xbox. That game, phenomenal. Also Shang-Chi, that movie was also underrated. I was like going back to my comic book days, but Shang-Chi as a new movie, the cute little like fluffy animal in that movie, they have plushies of it at Disney World, and I was like, it's so cute, I want it.
Did you get one? You got to add it to your little stuffy collection.
I know my pile of stuffed animals behind me. Yeah, no, I definitely don't need any more plushies. So
that's super funny. No, Deadpool is. I didn't know if that counted or not, but yeah, Deadpool, and then all of DC, and then we move on to Marvel. I also really like the Iron Man movies, actually. The like original Marvel, like when it started coming out, chef's kiss. So
I feel like
so good.
Spawn and Deadpool to me like don't exist like in Marvel or DC. They're just here, and then it like goes to DC for me, and then like Marvel, because like Marvel's good, right? But I mean, then you also have what is it, Spider-Gwen, and like all the Spider-Man multiverse, right? Which is pretty crazy too. Oh, Black Panther, yes, Black Panther. The technology, incredible, absolutely incredible.
I agree. I have not. I'm a little out of the loop. I've been trying to get into watching them, so I'm just past Captain Marvel, somewhere around
Okay,
there.
okay.
So I'm doing it chronologically. My best friend, she is super involved with the Marvel universe, and so I'm doing it for my girl, right? And so I've been watching it up till some movie after Captain Marvel, around there. But I was going to ask, I'm a big Benedict Cumberbatch fan as well. Are you a fan of Doctor Strange for their abilities, or are you a Doctor Strange fan for Benedict Cumberbatch? Because this could lead into a hot discussion.
I'm gonna say a little bit of both, but mainly his abilities. Like he's just such a badass. Like, come on. I also
Yes,
see
yes.
Daniel in the chat with Wolverine versus Deadpool. Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, that would be
There's a
sick.
yes, absolutely. Wolverine versus Deadpool, insane. But aren't they like buddies? I thought. Yeah, I was like, I thought they were like buddies. Like they would never go against each other. So,
I'm
because they're
pretty
like
sure
they're
there
like
was,
besties.
yeah, there were multiple like Wolverine cameos in Deadpool, or like references to Wolverine. But I
Right.
thought that was maybe just Ryan Reynolds being the brilliant man that he is.
Oh man, he's so
Also,
great. And
this,
actually, go ahead.
go ahead.
The going back to
Speak
your
up.
point with your friend who has like a chronological list. So I've actually been watching the Flash series with like Arrow, Flash, like that entire DC universe. I've got an Excel. See, Daniel would be so proud. I have an Excel sheet, right? In
No way.
chronological order of every single episode from all the different ones in order, so that I make sure that I'm watching the entire series in order. There's like over 1,000 episodes, and I'm like barely, and everyone's like, why don't you just watch Flash all the way through? And I'm like, but there's bits and pieces of each show that like stuff happens and you'll miss it if you don't watch it in the right order. So call me crazy, but I have to watch it in
No,
order.
absolutely. I mean, it makes sense. And then it's just
Right.
going to be like more rewarding when you watch it all the way through. We tried to do, I think we did do that with Star Wars at some point, actually. I don't be mad. I fell asleep. But anyway, I don't fall
No,
asleep during
don't
movies
fall
either. It
asleep.
was so bad.
How could you fall asleep during that masterpiece? There's so much going on.
Well,
I'm
this,
ashamed.
we need to have a whole
Continue.
Bragcast episode. I don't, Kelsey?
I am your father now.
Daddy? Sorry.
Mommy? Okay.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I was going to say, for the men, so I am a stan of Mr. Stan. I saw that, Super Sailor Gary. Also a stan of Benedict Cumberbatch. I was watching another podcast with like Brittany Broski, if you're into like the whole TikTok thing. It's Brittany Broski and Drew something something. The comment section is the name of the podcast, and they were talking about the female gaze, and they specifically brought up Marvel. And I think typically we like, a certain group of people would think we like Thor over Loki, but
I
our
was just
demographic
about to say,
are
we're gonna bring
Loki
that up. You better
fans.
talk about Loki. And we're green right
Yeah.
now. Look how fitting.
See, Stans, we're all about it today. We're all over it. I just thought that was really interesting. And if you had anything to add about like the female gaze in
Yeah,
regards to like superheroes.
right. It's interesting because we've always done the female, the male gaze, right? It's always been about like, sexualizing the women on TV and things like that. But in the recent years, as we've seen like more women get into being directors, producers, things like that, we're starting to see this like female gaze start to surface in the media, and like within movies and things like that. And I think Loki is probably one of the I mean, you also have, you know, your other DC characters and things like that. But I think with Marvel, Loki was probably one of the first ones that is directed by a female. So we're starting to see that female gaze really come to rise with many of those movie shots that were taken. We won't go into those though.
I think Loki and Black Widow, the Black Widow movie, were both directed by women, and someone might have to fact check me, but I believe those are the first two Marvel movies that have been directed by women. So here for that.
And also Margot Robbie with the new what is it? The new Harley Quinn. You know, the first ones were directed by a man, but then she actually took over directing the newest one, which you can actually see the difference in like costuming throughout the two different shows, or two different movies, I mean, and how she kind of took away that male gaze from Harley Quinn and really gave her that like strength that she deserves as a character. So look at us.
You saw that in Black Widow too. I know, for Women's History Month, exactly.
Women, let's go.
I love that. That's exactly what you see with Black Widow as well, like in her movie, because you know she's had the whole skin tight. Like that's not going to protect you from anything, but now she has like some proper body armor. Like her hair has grown out a little bit. Like she looks flawed, but in the best way. I mean, Scarlett Johansson can't really look flawed, but I digress.
To be Scarlett.
Yeah. To kind of finish the Overwatch story, though, I wanted to ask the chat if there were anything that they were looking forward to the most with Overwatch 2 coming out and Overwatch 2 beta and the PvP edition. Are you excited for maps, the new character reworks, maybe the new hero? Let us hear it.
Anything in the chat, you guys let us know. But while you guys tell us what you want or what you want from Overwatch 2 in the chat, I am going to move on to some potentially sad news, but also some fun stuff too. But first off, sad news first. So for our regular E3 goers like myself, as we know, since the pandemic has begun, gaming conventions and the like have been canceled or moving online, which also kind of sucks. The event for E3 will not be happening in person this year. According to an insider, E3 will be entirely online or digital. That sucks. Developers like Sony and Xbox have steered away from E3 and use announcements in their own platforms now, as we've seen with like Nintendo and such. Xbox is also planning their showcase in June. With developers doing this, the future of E3 down the line is pretty unclear. But with that, I've been going to E3 since they opened it up to the public, which I think was around 2016 is when E3 did their live event in person. And I believe I went to their last in-person one in 2019, which is super sad because now they're going digital. Have you been to any events recently, Morgan? Any gaming events at all in your past? Maybe pre-pandemic?
Actually, I would absolutely love to talk about this really quick. I know it's kind of like a sidebar conversation. We will get back on E3. But this is the one thing that I've done in public in regards to like video games or like comics in the nerdy world. I got to be like a teenage Poison Ivy. It was a little cosplay that I did at my local Comic-Con. It was called SpaCon. It was so fun, and the makeup looked like this pretty much. I had red hair, spent $200 to dye my hair red, and then I got green contacts that I'm actually wearing now. So I've had these since maybe like 2017, 2018. I have to get new contacts, but that's the only thing I've done in relation to like the nerdy world. But I've been wanting to go to E3 for so long, or like anything Nintendo related that was in person, and I just never got to go to any. And now that it's digital, I am a little bit hurt, not gonna lie.
It's nice that it is digital. Well, first off, you did Ivy. I'll do Harley Quinn. All we need is a Catwoman now. Just saying. Yes.
Volunteer yourself in the chat.
Yeah, we need a Catwoman. But going back to it being digital, it's like a hit or miss, right? Because with it being digital, everybody at home can come and like participate in the event. The only thing is like going to these events is like a phenomenal thing, right? I remember when I went to my first convention, it was just like mind blowing, you know, the lighting, the music, the people, the booths. It's just like all the different companies, and they're all going all out for these events, right? Because it's to showcase, you know, what they're all about. And I remember my first E3 event actually. I think it wasn't the one so not my first one, the most recent one, sorry. So 2019, what is the streaming platform that just went down? Somebody in the chat maybe might know. They were like, was it Meta? But they ended up getting discontinued. Regardless, they tried to partner me at this event. They had a huge booth. It was absolutely phenomenal. I went, they were like, let's give you a leather jacket. And then I think Ninja switched over to their platform and then ended up getting, like the platform went down within like 2 years. Mixer, thank you, Prog Vibe. Mixer. So it was like Mixer's big event at E3, because E3, of course, if you know, is the big event where developers and any type of gaming platform, or honestly anything gaming, they go out to E3 to present themselves to other companies, developers, and then when they launched it to a live event for the public, it was so that the public could then see what's upcoming for that next year, right? Which is why you know, having it at that big Los Angeles Convention Center was insane, because there was, you know, tournaments, there was all the gamers, the cosplay. I mean, anything gaming is at E3, and it's all the latest and greatest stuff. So, I mean, the photo booths there were incredible. And it's just sad to know that it's going to be digital this year. So now all that hard work isn't going to go into these like crazy displays. I think the last one I went to, again, referring to 2019, they had a dragon like in the hallways of E3, and it was just, it's an incredible place to be, and I'm sad that it is going digital. Has anybody in the chat been to E3, or maybe watched it digitally over 2020, 2021? Yeah, the dragon was insane. I do wish I would have gotten more photos. I think I have one photo of me standing outside of the E3 stadium at one point, but that was a wild year for sure. Anybody planning on watching E3 digitally this year, even in the chat? Yes, Morgan?
Oh, the chat, yeah. Always getting out of myself, whoopsies. I was gonna say, what event did you go to where you were working with MAC Cosmetics?
So that would have been 2019, the good old 2019, a year to remember, because it's the last year anything ever happened. I'm hoping that this year is different. We're hoping for, you know, E3 and things like that, but E3 is going online, so that's kind of sad. That is like an event that I like to go to, because it also butted up with, those words do not go together. It went right against MLG Anaheim. So that's when like the pro leagues for Call of Duty were, it's essentially the finals at MLG Anaheim. And so I could go to E3, do those two days there, and then I'd drive to Anaheim and then be at MLG Anaheim for the remainder of the pro scene there. So it was usually timed perfectly for that. But the MAC Cosmetic thing was actually done at Twitchcon 2019. Which is also an amazing event that is actually happening in person this year. I've already got my hotel room. I've already got my roomies. I'm ready. I'm just waiting for the ticket drop, because TwitchCon to me is like my heart and soul. It is where I thrive, and I get to see all my friends, and not only my friends, but I also get to see my followers, which actually 2019, it's where I got to do my big event with MAC Cosmetics, which was crazy. And I still do stuff with, I remember us talking about Sims earlier. I got to do like Sims did a thing where they had all their MAC Cosmetics into the Sim game. So you could like put MAC makeup on your Sim character. So they sent us all the makeup that they used in the video game, because it was based off of real products. Yeah, so it was based off of real MAC.
I'm quitting.
And they sent us all of this like makeup that they used actually in the Sims game to like promote it. It was absolutely insane. So yeah, very
So
very
yeah,
excited.
you're gonna have to tell me how to do that because I need some of that. Are you kidding? I am so.
Yeah.
We were talking
And
about
you
this.
know what's
Yeah,
crazy?
we were talking about this
Before
earlier.
my stream, they were like doing my makeup, and I felt like because that was my first time ever like being in this like like full on like big stream. Like I always think I'm like a small streamer, but it was my first time getting like the full on like they were doing my makeup. I was going on stream, and I just felt so cool. I was like, oh my god, like she's doing my
That
makeup. Like
sounds like
no way.
that sounds like
So
such an experience. The
it was
princess
crazy too
experience.
because while I was streaming, there was two like body paint models next to me. So I was streaming, and then in the background of my stream, there was people being like body painted professionally by MAC Cosmetics. Like, and it was just wild. Like what a like conventions are such an amazing place for gaming and like art and just everything to come alive, right? And so people work so hard on these conventions, which is why I'm so sad to see E3 go online. Also, being able to meet your fans in person, I think TwitchCon was the first time I actually got to do like an autograph signing, and that was like wild for me, right? Because I was like, oh my gosh, these people know me more than I know myself. Like, there's no way. They were like bringing up scenarios that I didn't even remember myself. And I was like, yeah, have a sticker and here you go. Do you want a hug? Like, and like, it's crazy to think because it's like the pandemic happened and like now giving a hug is like not a thing anymore, right? I'd be like, have a dap, like, because, hand sanitizer, like, pandemic life now. So it's crazy to see how used to conventions was like tons of people, tons of bodies, tons of people just sweating all over each other, and now we're going to go back to conventions, and I'm curious to see how conventions are now going back after living through this pandemic. What are your thoughts on that,
Here's
Morgan?
Yeah, can we get like a Braghouse field trip to TwitchCon this year? I would like to do that. Pretty please. We're on Twitch. We're on Twitch right now. I think we have to go.
Exactly.
Just saying.
We're already here.
Don't y'all want to meet Mizzlewizzle? Don't you want to meet
We made
Morgan
it.
and Kelsey from Braghouse?
Absolutely.
Not Kelsey Plays, but Kelsey from Braghouse.
Yeah, just...
I will definitely be watching E3 because I have gotten back into the Saints Row franchise. So here's a origin story for me. I've been playing video games for a very long time. It's like how I learned with Jumpstart, like on the old dinosaur dial-up computer. I had a Jumpstart DVD. That was my absolute ish. If y'all know like echolocation or regeneration, those songs actually go super hard. For the YouTube breakdown, we gotta put that in there.
That pinball and Minesweeper on my brick computer.
I was too. I didn't understand it at the time, and then I got really into solitaire. I'm a goated solitaire player. Love
I'm not gonna
solitaire.
lie, on my phone, like I be playing solitaire.
Yeah. If I'm in like the doctor's office, if I'm waiting for literally anything, if you pop over my shoulder, you'll see me playing solitaire or word games because I am actually a grandma and I go to bed at 9 p.m.
Wordle, and did you play your Wordle today? Who's playing Wordle? Let me know in the chat. Did you play your Wordle today? I'm a Wordle champ, by the way. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm a Wordle champion. I won a contest for Alienware. We all did Wordle, and I won a $50 gift card. Just saying.
That's sick. So
yep, I did that.
So we got like a Wii, right? Eventually, me and my brother and sister, and then we were into that. That's how we got into Smash. And then the holy grail of like video gamers, we got an Xbox, right? An Xbox One. And my brother started really getting into video games, and so when he wasn't playing, I kind of like sneak on there and I'd play some games, and he had Saints Row 3. Mind you, I was in the 8th grade. I think I was about 14, maybe turning 15, playing Saints Row that had been literally banned in Australia. Okay, so I just fell in love though. That was everything that I wanted and more in a video game. And so they came out with Saints Row 4 a little bit afterwards. I don't know when. I think Saints Row 3 came out in 2011, around there, whatever. So they've been talking about a Saints Row 5 forever, for literally ever. And we've had like some gameplay teasers, but I want to know when it's going to be released. And I'm so hoping that E3 is going to give me something about that, because I've been waiting way too long for Saints Row 5.
Saints Row. So if you're a Saints Row fan, have you played Grand Theft Auto? Are you a Grand Theft Auto fan?
So this is funny. I played GTA 5 when my brother ended up getting it for a little bit, but I hated the driving mechanics, so I refused to play it.
It's the best. It's so bad, it's good.
I think I'd
all
appreciate it more now, but
yeah, I love all the Grand Theft Auto 5, like the role play community that has begun. I think it's fantastic that that's even started. It's absolutely incredible. Speaking of incredible games, though, Elden Ring, our champion of a game that has been released, that has actually sold 12 million copies in just 3 weeks, you guys. That is absolutely insane!
Congrats. Isn't this the Dark Souls creators? Congrats
Yes,
to
this is
that
from
franchise.
the school. Yeah, absolutely. So with you know, Elden Ring, like speaking of all these hyped games and stuff, Elden Ring is a massive open world with ridiculously tough bosses, which was actually beaten in under 30 minutes recently by a speedrunner named Distortion 2. So Distortion 2, you're out there speedrunning Elden Ring, and I haven't even started yet. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. So I did start, I picked the prisoner, I was trolling around. It is not built for keyboard and mouse. So I picked me up a handy dandy controller so that I could play Elden Ring to its full potential, you guys, because it is not keyboard and mouse friendly. So Elden Ring, Distortion 2 is out here. He's a popular speedrunner in the Souls community because it's, Elden Ring is out, but we still consider it the Souls community because it's all the Souls games that all these, people like to go and speedrun this game. Little Aggie actually was the first person and like holds records and everything within the Souls community. They were actually the first person to, I guess, complete Elden Ring. And then Distortion is actually the one who beat it within 30 minutes. And what they did is they were like beating the game daily at a faster and faster time. So the times that were actually recorded were 49:29, 37:15, 36:20, 33:55, and then finally under 30 minutes at 28:59. That is absolutely insane. Now the thing is, with this speedrun, speedrun.com is like the official authority on all video game speedrunning, and their leaderboards actually for Elden Ring are closed until March 18th, aka tomorrow. Or I bet for these speedrunners out there at 12 a.m. tonight, I bet they will begin their speedruns to hit that leaderboard. So even though Distortion has already made that top time, he's actually not on the official leaderboards yet because they're not even open, because they want to make sure that the rule set is essentially they have like a proper rule set for these speed runs within Elden Ring to make sure that the leaderboards are official. But as usual, I believe that Distortion 2 and Little Aggie will immediately be the first ones to be submitting their speedruns, if not faster than the 28:59 for sure. Like, absolutely, as we speak, they are probably speedrunning this game, okay? As we speak. Distortion 2 has been using a glitch, though, to bypass the Godskin duo fight. In these early days of Elden Ring speedrunning, it's like required to beat this like extremely deadly boss fight. So in order to do the speed run, you have to do this glitch, but the glitch isn't it's not like you can't do the glitch every time right now. So I think all the speedrunners are like racing to figure out how to make this glitch happen every single time. Isn't that insane, Morgan? Have you ever done speedrunning?
No.
Have you ever wanted to speedrun a game? I can't speedrun anything to save my life. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
It sounds bonkers. So I'm like a hoarder, okay? I have hoarding tendencies. So when I play a game, I have to pick up everything. I see it and I have to have it. I don't know what, it's probably the ADHD. I'm all over the walls, you know? So 100% gaming, like I can do that. Speed running, no. I don't think I would ever be able to like make it in any like professional scene. There is no way. I'd for sure give it a try. I just don't think it's going to be a speed run. It'll just be like a jog.
A light brisk walk.
A walk.
Again. Yeah, absolutely.
You're
I'm
like in the
100%
Y walking on the indoor track. That's what I'll be doing.
I am not speed running anything, but props to all our speedrunners that find these glitches and stuff. There's actually an Elden Ring 1.03 update that has actually nerfed a bunch of the popular weapons and Ashes of War and buffed sorceries recently, which have been struggling. And I know for sure on my end, using like the prisoner, a lot of people have said like the like magic being used for the prisoner is like really strong, but to me, weak sauce, fam. I am dying like crazy out in those streets. Okay, I don't know who said prisoner was strong, but it is the most trolly class that there is. In the chat, please let me know if you're playing Elden Ring, what class did you choose? Because prisoner was not it, fam. It was not it. I don't know who told me to pick prisoner. That was not it. Not it at all. It was weak sauce, fam. Absolute weak sauce. Terrible idea. Who made me do that? I went out and bought a controller because I made mistakes, okay? I made absolute mistakes with an Elden Ring. What would you say, Morgan, is like the hardest game? So if you're not playing Elden Ring, but like what do you think is like the hardest game that you've ever played or like beat? Oh, Keenan's a prisoner.
That one.
Yes. It's the best class, but also the worst. Like, why did we do that to ourselves?
I want to pull out Morgan the Medium really quick and actually make a prediction of what I think the time is going to be. And I would like the chat to participate as well. We could make like a Twitter, like something on Twitter about this. My prediction, maybe even Brag's. Hold on, getting the gears turning. 27:52 is going to be my prediction for whoever speeds run it. I think that's going to be the new high score. But the hardest game I've had to beat is probably a Sonic game, which we'll get into that more here in a bit. But I think Sonic Rush or Sonic Chronicles, one of those absolutely kicked my butt. To be fair, I was really young and probably didn't understand like the gaming like
I was gonna say
mechanics, but like those were hard.
Was like mine, but like yeah, Sonic was pretty hard too.
Oh, you just like pulled a file out of my brain really quick and opened it up. That was such a big thing. Do you remember? Like, did you have what was it? Movie Gallery and Blockbuster. Do you remember Blockbuster? Yeah. Okay, so on Fridays, yes, we would go to, it was Movie Gallery for us, and then we'd get a game, and we'd always get Crash Bandicoot or a Sonic game. That was like normally where we'd go with those. So much fun. I loved Crash. Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, I love that.
Crash Bandicoot was just, actually they released the new one too, and I haven't gotten a chance to play it, but I'm like dying to play it. It's been out for a little bit now. I just haven't had the time. Oh.
Keenan says it ruined a night for him. I get it. I get it.
I remember just playing that constantly, and I was like, oh man, this is rough. I beat it though, but it was definitely hard.
Something I have yet to beat, even though I've been playing it literally for years, Skyrim. I don't think I've ever finished the main storyline, ever.
I don't think so either. I think that was just a game that you play. I mean, there was like the one person who collected all the cheese wheels, you know? Like, and that's like all they did in the game. They just collected the cheese wheels. And so I think playing Skyrim, you can kind of play it how you want to, right? Like that's, who needs the main story when you can collect cheese wheels?
That's me. Sometimes I like go into like a little village and I pretend I'm one with the farmers, you know, I'm like, here, I picked all these for you. Sell me back your stuff. And then I live in their houses. I'm a squatter in Skyrim, I guess. What does that say about me in real life? I don't know. Let's not open that for interpretation, please. Anyway, I kind of wanted to talk about Braggers versus Fraggers next week. We are going to be playing Valorant. If anybody watching in the community, if you want to play, come into the Twitch stream, say, hey guys, I want to be involved, and we will get you in the game. Kelsey, do you know who's going to be playing next week?
It's going to be a lot of our Brag House staff. I think we have Victor on the roster. I'm on the roster. We also have, I think, Kayla, Ryan, and Gerald.
Excellent. So if you guys want some top tier competition, I say that I know you guys watched the Dead by Daylight stream, but we'll pretend that didn't happen. If you guys want some top tier competition and get your A's whooped, we totally play fair. Like it's all good.
Valorant is a whole other story. I'm scared of everything. So playing Dead by Daylight was terrifying. I was literally having panic attacks the entire time. Valorant, another story, okay? Gameplay, game hat, game whatever on. So absolutely, I'm gonna be in it to win it, okay? You wanna play against us? I'm gonna be in it to win it.
Awesome. Never mind. Sorry. I thought I messed something up really quick. That was my bad. Anyway, y'all ignore me.
Make sure you guys come out to Braggers and Fraggers, though. Please, we definitely want to play against you guys and come chat and hang out and vibe, okay? But next but not least, we are going to go straight into the Brag House leaderboards, which are getting spicier and spicier. As always, our bragging champion is at the top, as you can see right here on the side. Daniel at a whopping 30,000, okay? A whopping 30,000, okay? We do see Super Sailor and Victor up there, you know, sort of. Nowhere near 30,000.
Not even halfway. Not even halfway.
Not even halfway. So if you guys would, if you want to get onto the weekly leaderboard, please make sure to download our app. They're trying to climb their way up the leaderboard to topple this champion, but he is, again, like double the amount. But that does not mean that they can't catch up. With these brags and brag bucks, you can definitely double your brag bucks as long as you show up to our tournaments and make sure you are doubling those brag bucks, okay? Double up. You have big opportunities to become the Brag House weekly leader with several of our showcases coming up. We have the Halo showcase. If you want to be featured in our next podcast or even our next tournament, earn your bragging rights by placing your brag bucks correctly in the app. So yeah, good luck, braggers.
It's super. I almost went broke from yesterday, but I didn't, thank God. So I will be spending my brag bucks a little bit more carefully next time.
I just need my brag bucks, and I'm like, help, please. So you guys got to come in there and help us take out the top leader, please.
The chest is super important. Get your daily chest.
Oh yeah, the daily chest.
Yeah. If you guys like music and Kirby, you're gonna want to listen to this because Kirby is going on 30. But wait. Oh, shoot. That one. Oh, stop. Oh, it ruined everything. Hold on. I'm going to do that again. Start from the beginning. Do you guys like music and Kirby? Because I've got some exciting news for you. Kirby is going on 30. Still messed it up anyway. Somehow. I don't know how I did that.
See, we're trying.
Because it's been a long week. So Kirby is getting a concert. Kirby got a concert his 25th birthday. It was this very elegant orchestra. It has all the fun themes from the Kirby games. I am personally a huge fan of Kirby Epic Yarn. It's the only one I've played. I'm also super excited for Kirby's Forgotten Land to come out, which is going to be on the 25th of March. Let me know if you guys are going to be getting that. Hopefully I get some extra cash flowing in and I can rock the Kirby in car mode. I love that.
Oh
I need to look up Kirby after this.
On the Nintendo thing was absolutely terrifying. Like it's like stretched over everything. What was that? Absolutely not. Also,
Yeah.
Keenan in the chat, say it with your daily chest. Absolutely. Okay. get those daily chests. I love
I don't know
that
how
so
Keenan
much.
does it,
I
but
know, I'm saying Keenan with all the things, man. The sayings, the moves, all of it. He's just doing the thing.
he's doing the most. He's out here doing the most, and we appreciate that. So, to talk about the concert just an eensy bit more, if y'all are interested in catching this, it is going to be in Tokyo, I believe, in Tokyo Garden Center, something along those lines, on August 11th. It will be streamed. So if you guys are interested in catching some elegance, but also some nerdy moments, check it out. I think it's going to be super fun. I'll be watching it, and I want to know who else is going to be watching it out here in the chat. Did you ever play any Kirby games, Kelsey?
I always played Smash, which of course always had Kirby in it. So that's where most of my Kirby life lived. I did play one Kirby game on like the GameCube, I believe. I do not remember what it was, but going along with the orchestra stuff though, recently in Dallas they had an anime orchestra play, and I think it was all like the oh, I can't remember which anime it was from, but they did like all the music to these like different animes. So it's really interesting to see like these orchestras coming out for like gaming and anime. I think it's very interesting that it's like starting to become a thing.
When worlds collide.
I
Yeah,
know.
no, I was so big into Kirby's Epic Yarn. I'm a big wholesome gamer, like cozy gamer, and that
Mhm.
it always like warms my heart when I think about it. And a side topic that I read about yesterday, Sakurai, the creator of Kirby and the Smash Bro games, teased a new game. He didn't say anything about it, what he was working on, like literally nothing except I'm working on a game and I've been working super hard on it. That
Oh my
like
god.
that
So
not
exciting.
verbatim obviously, but I'm so excited. I don't know if it's going to be like a Kid Icarus thing,
Mhm.
maybe another Kirby game like Forgotten Land 2, because I know we're seeing Breath of the Wild 2 come out.
Yeah.
Also looks super stunning. Still need to play those. I got hella hate the other day saying I never played a Zelda game.
That's actually wild
So
because like even me, I've like been a person that wasn't really into the Zelda series, but I played several Zelda games, not to completion, but like I played them and I was like, so I can at least say I played Zelda, right? Like
call me out harder, Kelsey. Call me
yeah,
out
fine.
harder.
No,
Goodness.
maybe you should pick up a Zelda game. Maybe.
Maybe. Breath of the Wild is something I'm super that might honestly end up being the hardest game I've ever played. I've heard
Heartbreaking,
that game
tragic,
goes
unforgivable,
crazy.
Morgan. You've got to pick one up. It's what you got to do now.
I guess so. If Super Sailor Gary is sad, I have to change it. That's
Yep,
the only reason.
go with
Um,
it.
but speaking of iconic characters, Sonic 2 is getting a movie, right? And they had this amazing marketing stunt, yes, with this graphic. They just like pulled directly from the second Sonic game. And I am such a fan of PR and uh, marketing campaigns. PR campaigns, right? And when things like this happen, especially for people that have been playing Sonic forever, Sonic 2 came out 30 years ago. Whenever the new movie comes out, it's like
Oh my god, did you say
if
30?
I
You're
was like,
making me feel
yeah,
so
literally
old.
1992 is when the Sonic 2 came out, and it'll be coming out in April this year. Yeah, the new movie. So almost 30 years apart, and some
Do you
change, right?
want to hear a
So
cute story of Sonic
yeah,
and my neighborhood? So when I was very little, there was a neighborhood boy who had the Sonic figures, and they were all the original ones. So it's Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Rose. And of course, I always wanted to play with Rose because she's super cute and pink. And so he ended up giving me the Rose action figure, and I'm so sad because that thing is lost to the oblivion now. But I always had this like little Rose figure as a kid until I guess I lost it to who knows where as a kid. So, but that was my cute little Sonic action figure story. We always played Sonic figures together because there was no video, like there was no Sonic video game at the time. So there you
oh,
go.
womp. I got to have some Sonic video games. That was one of my first games on my DS was Sonic Rush, and it's like the 2D platform game. I forgot what they're called, but you like run and collect. It's like Super Mario, right, with Sonic. And
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it, but it was super freaking difficult. I was a big Blaze fan. Blaze and whoever the bat chick is. I have to.
Oh yeah.
I'll Google
See,
that
they
later.
didn't come out until later, and yeah, the Batgirl is also my favorite. When the moment she came out, I was like, Rose, who? Excuse me.
I ain't never been with a baddie.
Oh, and Shadow. Ooh, Shadow when he came out.
Oh,
See, they didn't come
Shadow,
out until-
yes.
Yeah. The later series is when they came out for like I believe the Sonic DS games is when they finally relaunched them.
I wish I could. Well, I played. What was the other Sonic? I think Sonic Chronicles. That was also a DS game, and maybe Shadow popped in. I know Shadow was in there at that point. So was Knuckles.
Yep.
So was Tails. Maybe around that time, and that would have been when I was 10, 11. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm 22.
So yeah, I'm like, girl, I don't even know what you're saying.
We're about to have like an age crisis over here.
Yeah, can we just not?
Yeah.
Maybe let's talk about the newer
Moving
Sonic.
on.
So last night, actually, the Bragcast production staff, we actually had a little movie night together. It was super sweet and nice. Right after our Smash tournament, we watched the latest Sonic movie so that we could prepare for Sonic 2 that is actually launching, what is it, April 8th? That's coming out.
Yes.
So we pretty much did a movie night last night and like got caught up on Sonic. So bringing it more into the present day now, the new Sonic is incredible. And I mean, we've been talking about movies this entire time. As you all know, if you heard about the Sonic crisis, when they were first about to launch the movie, Sonic looked absolutely atrocious. So the uproar from the audience was to change Sonic to how he originally looked. And the producers and stuff actually did the work and made the changes with the CGI, which, I mean, as they should, everybody flocked to the movies to watch the movie and give them the credit that they deserved, essentially.
Can we talk about, big spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched the original Sonic movie or the live action movie. First of all, super appreciate that they did go in there and replace all of the CGI. And they were so diligent about it too. I remember them getting hate, and then like a couple months later they had the new animation for it. I wonder if that was like a tactic. Like they did that on purpose to get buzz. A conspiracy theory. Go ahead.
It very well could have been. Absolutely. People do anything for the views, right? Anything for the views.
Yeah, sensationalism. It gets you. There was another thought I had in my. Oh, can we talk about how many like product placement or just I guess product placement or like whoever paid for like a sponsorship to like be in the movie Olive Garden? What was that?
I will say with that, I mean, they did have to take, I mean, changing those CGI is very costly, right? Obviously. So they definitely had to take those sponsorships, I feel, just so that they could make ends meet with that movie. And now, thankfully, they did so well in the box office, we're getting Sonic 2. Which will hopefully bring even more to the table, maybe that they couldn't even bring in Sonic 1 because of that budget problem. So maybe we will get more in this next one.
That's what I'm hoping for. Maybe a little less obvious product placement, because holy cow, that had me, I had to mute myself because I was giggling so much.
I was definitely laughing, crying throughout that entire
Yeah.
movie, so I am ready for the second one for sure.
I didn't want to be obnoxious, but second field trip, Braghouse goes to the movie theaters. So we can watch Sonic.
We're going to Twitchcon. We're going to Sonic 2.
Isn't there a luau on the way? Super excited. No.
Get our Braghouse Hawaiian shirts in. Absolutely. Moving on from that, you guys, awesome that we did a movie night and everything, but I do want to bring us to our next new segment here. We have the top 5, aka the 5, for the Brag House. So hello everyone, it's Kelsey from the Brag House team here with Morgan for the top 5 to watch your tournament clips. Last week we had some insane stuff show, so I'm really excited about this week. How this will work is we will watch each video and we will give our input. Then at the end, the chat will vote for their favorite clip. The winner of the top 5 will then receive brag bucks, 5,000 brag bucks. All right, so let's jump right into these videos.
We are seeing definitely Cloud coming out with another strong start. Last game he came out very, very, very guns a-blazing, and I think that's exactly what we're seeing here as well. Getting a nice, almost 100% lead on Pac-Man here.
Yeah, at this point. Oh my goodness. Hey, that's me! That's my voice!
Oh my
might get a
God.
moment.
Pac-Man's really my
very
favorite.
unfortunate time to drop out a shield there, but getting the first stock is going to be Nico on Cloud.
The edge and then shoving him down.
And then
Oh my God.
shoving him down. No, another up smash making an amazing kill. This is last stock of the match.
Think this is going to be it.
I don't know. Oh my God, a wonderful combo there, throwing that bell to extend it. Oh my God, this could be the entire match.
Pac-Man
Oh
win,
my God.
but I'm unsure.
Ooh, oh my God, this could be it.
Pac-Man.
Wow! Oh my God! Nico
Oh my
taking
God.
it home for U of H.
Let's
That
go,
is going to be
Pac-Man.
the entire set for the night. That up there was absolutely
Cloud
crazy.
is so drippy.
Cloud. White Cloud.
I love Cloud. I remember this. I'm gonna talk about this for like 2 seconds.
Yep.
Watching this, I'm dubbed Morgan the Medium, right? Watch the Smash circuits and you'll see. So I keep predicting like these things, really random things that are gonna happen. And so honest to God, I thought in that moment it was over for U of H. But no, they pulled through so well. It was such an exciting moment, and I'm so glad I got to like be there to cast with Kobe for that. That was.
I'm so sad. I just wanted Pac-Man to win. That's all I wanted, and Cloud just took him down. That's a shame.
Do you have beef? Do you have beef with Cloud?
I got beef with Cloud, okay? Pac-Man's my man, all right?
All right, yeah. You tell him. A loyal woman, we like it.
Exactly. How dare you, Cloud? All right, moving on to our next video here.
Using somebody.
I think it's me.
Oh no.
Yeah,
It's me again! It's me! It's me! It's me! It's me! It's me! It's me!
It's me.
It's me! It's me! It's me! Ah! It's me!
What a
Get
king, by the
away.
way. Just popping.
Me fearing for my life the entire time.
I don't want you.
I don't like
no.
this.
I don't like Mum. Mum can get me.
Mom!
Dead. Mum, please.
I'm sad. I'm in this one.
Going like a figure 8. Come
Yeah,
on.
we got
go
this.
for
Hey,
it.
yo, just distract them. It doesn't really, I don't really care if you die or anything. Just give us an extra bit of time, believe.
I am
Oh, man.
actually the funniest person I've ever met. So I can't.
The jukes, right in the chat. The jukes, the straight jukes. See,
I was
I'm
going
so
out,
bad.
like,
I'm
literally-
panicking.
I was going in a figure 8. I was going around those rocks over and over again. I was like, please go away. And what's funny about me is like when I rage or like start to panic in video games, I either go to an English accent or I go to a Boston accent. So guess it came out. My bad.
Whoopsies. That's a good clip, though. All right, let's move on to our next one.
We do see a member of FIU Gold with the sniper. He's gonna look
Is
to
that
try and
Bragcast
get the pick.
Gerald?
And we see the
Is that
Dragons
Bragcast
trying
Gerald?
to get it to the tower where they're most
Ooh,
comfortable
got a
at.
sniper?
And we get to, oh my gosh, Donahue with the repulsor,
No
no
scope.
scope on the ball carrier. Oh my god, that was
Caught the
disgusting.
skull. That was disgusting. My god, the no scope just bap right with the sniper. I love it. I honestly, I'm digging it. I dig the Halo clips. Halo's my favorite right now. So yeah, whoa, who's that? Must be Bragcast Gerald.
I am such a bad FPS player, and so like seeing no scopes, I try. You know, I put a fair amount, no, I don't, of practice into playing first-person shooters, and so I don't understand how I've never been able to do such a thing. So I love getting the chance to see it, especially during our Halo tournaments. Come check out the one that's happening on next Friday. Quick plug.
Better come do it. All right, next video.
But
Oh,
Pupsky and the Good Boys are definitely going to be playing oh my
Oh,
god,
the fat head
nice
right-
crack.
The 2 pop on Carol plays. Let's see how Pupsky can he get this.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Pupsky on the knock on
Taking
the
them
race.
out.
They're gonna play.
Oh.
And they're forcing the bout to drop off of that high ground that they possessed for so long, and it looks like Good Boys just kind of ran them out of their spot. That was an ego chow and a half, and I think Good Boys wants to win this one after what had happened last game.
No, they did what they had to do, and they played it. They played incredibly aggressive. 2 squads left. Is it going to be Good Boys or the other team?
So it looks like Los Phasmos versus Good Boys, and Good Boys does get the first knock onto Headsy and the full kill. And Pupsky goes down. It is a 3v1 right now. They're gonna.
Will Lyle will be
Does
able
Los
to pull
Phasmos
this
pull this
off?
out? And Los Phasmos
Yes,
with the win.
let's go.
Oh god. I feel so
That
bad
was
for
good.
Good Boys here. They did what had to happen. They did what they had to do to be able to secure that high ground, but at the cost of being able to be third-partied.
look at that. I do remember that moment. Like, the Apex tournament we had was so insane. It was the Black Legends
It
tournament.
was.
And
I-
literally that moment, like, wow.
I think I actually was the observer for Pubsky. Watching that whole thing happen, like in first person point of view, was so intimidating, but it was so fun to watch. And spoiler alert, if y'all didn't watch that, Pubsky and Good Boys did end up winning that tournament, and we got an interview with Pubsky. It was phenomenal. But I absolutely love doing the Apex tournament. Y'all are introducing me to actually some really fun first person shooters. I got to jump around a little bit in Apex all by myself, and that was a
Not
good
gonna
time.
lie, I haven't played Apex, but seeing those guys, I just know them trapped in that corner right there was not the move, fam. Was not the move. They definitely should have played it a little bit differently there. But let's see our
His
next
own
one.
crossbar for each PK, and you know, Blake, saving off of your own crossbar, not the safest play.
You gotta have a lot of confidence, which I think. Oh my goodness! Speaking of confidence with Kuya,
Oh my God,
just
is that Bragcast
absolutely
Blake?
dunking it.
Is that Bragcast Blake?
was, I mean, what a start! What a start to this showcase.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, I would be so upset if I was on that orange team. Oh, I would have been bummed.
That's so wild. Yeah, I love Rocket League just because it's literally cars and soccer combined, and it's just like such a skilled game. Like, you don't know until you're playing it that you have to have that skill level just to aim the ball into the goal. So it was a good clip.
It was a good clip. There is so much skill that goes into there. I want to talk about for 2 seconds. Dribbling, like being able to balance that ball on your car and like okay, you're playing on this keyboard, right? If you're not playing on a controller, which probably might be best, but there's so many different things that you have to do to like get that booster going, and then you got to tilt up and down and do all the things and still have to balance. Too many things going on in my brain as it likes to try to keep up. It does not work. So hats off to literally anyone and everyone that's like a grand champion in Rocket League. Your girl could never.
Celebs of the Bragcast team. So great clip this week, you guys. Thanks for sharing. We want to hear your thoughts now. So let's let the chat get to voting here. In the chat, what you'll do is you'll type 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to submit your vote for your favorite clip tonight. So we will get those up so that you can take a look at the clips here. So as you are in the chat, just type 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to submit your vote. We got 1 as our Smash video. 2 is the daylight savings just happened. Dead by Daylight is number 2. Then we've got the Halo clip at 3. Then we've got our Apex at 4. And for number 5, we have our Rocket League clip. So again, in the chat, all you have to do is type 1, 2, 3, or 4 to submit your votes, you guys. Let's get voting. Looks like we got some Apex votes coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna vote as well. Like, I'm gonna get in here. Like, hold on,
I am a selfish woman.
Number
Number 2.
Okay. The self vote. There we go. Everybody start casting your votes. We can see we've got number 4 with Apex taking the lead at 75%. We've got number 3 with 20%. 2 back down to a 16.7. 3 at 333. I love the numbers. Let's go. 333, baby. Yes, a good time. 4 is at 50% now. No votes for 1 and 2. That is okay. Pac-Man, my man, can just sit back and take a seat. It's cool. Let's make sure you guys are getting those votes in. Make sure to cast your votes on your favorite video so that we can get some brag bucks out to these teams. How it'll work is if there's a team like the Apex one, the entire team will receive the brag bucks. If it is a solo clip, essentially, actually, I think these are all pretty much teams. So other than 2, we might just give it back to the Brag House staff. You know what I'm saying? We need these brag bucks so we can take out Daniel on that leaderboard. I'm just saying, we're trying to hand those brag bucks out so we can take down Daniel. But the entire team will receive the brag bucks. So no worries there. Not just the one person in the clip, but the entire team will be receiving brag bucks. But yeah, make sure you're casting your votes again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That way we can get a winner for today's top 5. We will be doing this again next week. So if you guys want to submit clips, make sure you guys submit clips to us. But yeah, which one is your favorite, Morgan? I know you voted for yourself, but maybe a non-self vote. Which one are you digging? Oh, we got 2 and 3 real quick at 25 and 25.
Probably the Apex one, because I was actually so excited while that whole thing was going on. It was such high energy, just like the ambiance that is my bedroom. I was having a ball. I was really having a good time being able to watch that. So that would have been my first choice if myself had not made it into the top 5 today. What about you, Kelsey?
I will say I definitely love the Halo one. I'm not gonna lie, that's like Snipe is so clean. If you guys want to vote in the chat though, make sure that you type 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 in the chat to submit your vote. Currently 4 is in the lead at 50%. Then we have 2 and 3 at 25% each. Got a ton of votes on the... I better get a clip in. Yeah. So how to get your, I guess I can talk about that while we wait for the winner. To submit your clips, you can either post it in our Discord server if you want to go to our Discord. The link is in below, and I'm sure we can get it in the chat as well. But you're going to post your clip into Submit Braghouse Clips is the channel to post in. Or you can submit to our subreddit at r/Braghouse. And you can also tweet at us on Twitter to hashtag BH Clips is the hashtag to submit your clips at. And we will be sifting through those clips. We're trying to get more tournament style clips as well. That way those who have competed in our showcases and tournaments get a second chance to win brag bucks. So if you have a really cool moment in one of our tournaments or showcases, you can win brag bucks again in our top 5. So we'll be doing a mixture of your clips and tournament clips. That way everybody gets that, second chance at getting those brag bucks so we can take down our notorious leader, Daniel, at the top. I'll give you guys a little bit longer. We also got 4 now at 444. Love that. 2 at 222 and 3 at 333.
Wait, that's actually insane. Someone take a screenshot. I love that.
We need all these. No, that's so good. If anybody's into like the witchy, astrology, whatever, spiritualness, okay, got all your numbers out there. All the good vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes in the chat. So we got 4 winning right now at 444, and then we've got 3 up next at 3.3, and then 2 at 2.2. Again, to submit your votes, all you're going to do is type 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 in the chat to submit your votes. Let's see who is going to win these brag bucks. Got 5,000 brag bucks on the line, you guys. 5,000 brag bucks on the line. I heard Mercury is in Gatorade. Hey man, stay thirsty, my friends. Stay thirsty, okay?
Stay thirsty. Stay interesting. I actually love astrology. I would love to know everyone's astrological signs. If y'all wanted to pop that in the chat. I am a Sag. Kelsey's an Aquarius. I
I
already
am
know.
an Aquarius, also Slytherin. So yeah, she's just out here. Like I was gonna say it, but she's already on it. Slytherin Aquarius.
I can't. I just know you too well. If I already know, the
She's
chat
got
doesn't get
me.
a chance.
No, they don't even get to guess. Do we get to guess yours, Morgan?
I already said it. Y'all can guess my
Oh.
rising sign. That's my outward
Rising.
appearance. Yeah.
I don't
I can-
know much about this stuff. I kind of learn it from other people. So
We will.
I think I have mine written in my
Healthy?
notes somewhere because so there's a lot of people ask me, and I'm like, okay, it's like written in my phone notes because I cannot ever remember it. I don't care to remember it. Someone explain why Aquarius is an air sign. Not, please, Ryan. I don't understand. For the life of me, I was like, I'm a water sign, like for sure, because I'm a water bearer. No, it's an air sign. It doesn't make any sense. But I am chaos, so it kind of makes a little sense. But water's pretty chaotic too, so I don't know.
Yeah. They
Because it
have
has
like
air in the name.
it's aqua. I love it.
Where? No, that's not even spelled right. Wait a second.
I'm so
Yeah.
dead. Do we have the
Aquarius.
results? Are we ready to announce the
Let's get
winner?
into it. Yeah, absolutely. So, to announce our winners here, we obviously have 1 and 5 did not make it into the rankings today. At number 3, though, we have 2 at 2.2%. Aw, so sad. And then at number 3, we have 3 at 3.3%. I am absolutely loving this. And for our top 5 today, our winner, actually I said those totally wrong, but our top 5 today is 4 at 44.4%. Taking the championship is going to be our Apex clip. So thank you guys for joining our tournaments and showcases so that we could get these clips from you guys and participating. Wow, I said that completely wrong. But our top 5 again is Apex. We'll be getting you guys your brag bucks. So again, thanks to everyone sending in your clips.
Are you good? Bless you.
And congrats to the winner. You will have to check your inbox and we'll be getting you those brag bucks. But again, I just want to make sure everybody knows to send your clips in for not next week, but the week after for our next top 5. So again, submit in Discord under hashtag submit-BH clips, our subreddit at r/Braghouse, and then of course tweet to our Twitter with the hashtag BH clips.
I know what I'm gonna be doing. I think this is deserving. Oh, I was gonna say it's deserving of an air horn. I think I must do it.
Oh, do it.
Thank you. Okay, we can move on now.
Well, next up we have our quick tutorial of our app by the lovely Morgan.
Well, guys, I am going to show you how the app works because this is super exhilarating, super fun. I know you guys are just dying to put your brag bucks in. So let's get into it, shall we? First things first, we have the wonderful Braghouse official account. Try not to get the ring light on here. We might have to do a little diagonal. We'll make it work. So here's how it's going to work. You've got your page after you finish downloading it. Obviously, it's available on Android and iOS, so go check it out in the App Store and Google Play. So here it is. When you open it, you can, if you are a streamer, which we'll get into that here in a moment, you can press this little plus button and you can create like a post like you would on Instagram. You can, if you aren't a streamer, then you can interact with other people's profiles or content by boosting it with the little rocket, commenting, obviously, and you can turn on notifications, you know the drill. And then we can move over. We've got the brilliant little magnifying glass, our little search area, and this is where you can find tournaments that are coming up. There are none at the moment. No, sorry, this is where you can find different colleges and different streamers, right, on the Discover side. And then if you're looking for a specific streamer, you go in here, or like a tournament coming up. It's, you know how a search bar works. I believe in y'all. If we move on to the BH button, now we get the streams that will be coming up. Currently, someone, is that Vic? Vic is playing Overwatch at the moment, and you can see him doing his thing on Twitch. I don't think his brags would be up anymore, but before they go live, you would be able to see, you can click on it, you can put in your brags, and then when the tournament starts, it'll be right here on the page, and you don't even have to go to Twitch. It's all super handy dandy. Also, Bragcast down here. Look at that. Look, oh, here's all the upcoming ones. Brilliant. Chef's kiss. And then you can see more tournaments. You can go back and look at past brags for other tournaments. I like doing that, kind of getting an idea of like where I need to put my brags, if you know what I'm saying. And now, the biggie, okay? Here's the bragging champs. This is where the leaderboard will be. If you hit the little trophy over here, you can see Daniel, Super Sailor Gary, and Vic in the top 3 spots. You can see like who you're competing against. I don't even know where I am on here. Probably shamefully, wait, there's 2000s. I'm in here somewhere. Not important, can't find me. So now we have the past 24 hours, the past month, and past week. You can go in here and also look at all of those. It's fun to go in here after a big tournament and see where everyone is. And then the second, maybe most important, is your profile. If you go here, you can see your little profile. You can see me. On your actual profile, it'll have all your information. We're just doing a little profile preview because I don't want to expose my information. So we've got me. You can see all of my socials that I have linked. You can also see when I will be streaming, when I get on that, other posts that I've made and things of that nature. And if you're interested in becoming a streamer, it has a whole application process. You would go to the little hamburger icon that would be in the top corner. So what looks like the 3 little bars, go over here, and then you'll have all your fun information. We've got Brago, we've got Stream Manager. There'll be like a little application process here that you click and then submit all your information, and we'll have you as a streamer on the app. If not, you can check out your brags. You can check out Brago, which is another thing that's been happening that I'm super excited about. I actually got to win a Brago, which was really fun during a tournament. But that's the app. If you have any questions, hit us up on our Discord, on our socials. We're very diligent about responding to people. So if you're curious about anything, we're here to help. That's what we do. Okay? Okay. We love you.
Braggers, that is the end of today's episode. Thank you for everybody for watching. Make sure you place your brags on the app. It is available on iOS and Android. Join us in our Discord server, like Morgan said, and make sure to check out us on all social media. Be sure to comment, like, share, subscribe, and come back every other week for more gaming news and Brag House updates. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Morgan.
And this was the Bragcast. As always, brag on, braggers.
Brag on!
Watching the ocean with you, baby, up with a slow motion crew, and we up in our growlings when people change, but not us, and we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun, could be soaked to the skin in the